The rails. Gordon was resting in a siding. Sometimes he thought it's really tiring to be such a large and splendid engine. One does have to make up the appearances, so. Beep, 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 beep. Hello, fat face, whistled Henry. What cheap, spluttered Gordon. That Henry's too big for his wheels. Fancy speaking to me like that. Me, who has never had an accent. Aren't jammed whistles and burst safety valves accidents? Asked Percy innocently. No, indeed. High spirits might happen to any engine. But to come off the rails like Henry did, while I ask you, is that right? Is it decent? Then it was Henry's turn to pull the express. Be careful, Henry. You're not pulling the flying kipper now. Mind you keep on the rails today. Henry went off in a huff, and Gordon yawned and went to sleep. But not for long. Wake up, Gordon, said his driver. A special train is coming and we're to pull it. Is it coaches or trucks? Trucks, said his driver. Trucks, said Gordon. Gordon's fire was slow to start, so Edward had to push Gordon to the turntable again, facing the right way. I won't go, grumbled Gordon. Don't be silly, spluttered Edward. At last, Gordon was on the turntable. The workmen had checked his fire. It was now burning nicely and making steam. Gordon was cross and didn't care what he did. He waited for the table was halfway round. I'll show them, he hissed. He moved slowly forward to jam the table, but he couldn't stop himself and slithered into a ditch. Oh, he hissed. Get me out! Not a hope, said his driver and fireman. You're stuck, you silly great engine. Don't you understand that? They telephoned the Fed controller. So Gordon didn't want to take the special train and ran into a ditch. What's that you say? The special's willing? Tell Edward to take it, please. And Gordon, leave him where he is. We don't got time for that. On the other side of the ditch, some little boys were chattering. Oh, doesn't he look silly? They'll never get him out. They began to sing. Silly old Gordon fell in the ditch, fell in the ditch, fell in the ditch. Silly old Gordon fell in the ditch, all in the Monday morning. Gordon laid in the ditch all day. Oh dear, he thought, I shall never get out. But that evening they lifted Gordon and made a row of sleepers under his wheels to keep him from the mud. Strong ropes were fastened to his back end. James and Henry, pulling hard, managed to bring in the safety. Later that night, Gordon crawled home, a sadder and wiser engine.